One of my words for the year for 2025 was collaboration. Reason why I picked that word was simply because was, even though I did a lot of things in teams, I did them reluctantly. I did them kicking and screaming. I did them without recognizing its true benefits. So in 2025, one of the things I really went after was intentionally putting myself in spaces where I could collaborate with others, where I could be in community with others. I had fallen victim to this whole concept of the lone wolf, of doing it by myself, of, just going it alone. And as content creators, solopreneurs, you may augment and bring people in different ways. I've got video editors in the Philippines. I've got graphic designers in other parts of the world. I've got other people that I work with, but for the most part, I would work alone. My virtual assistant also is not in the country. So I work with my wife a good bit, but for the most part, I worked alone. And this, I thought, allowed me to do things quicker. You know, the old African adage that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. What's good, Dr. Tashi? I opted in 2025 to really push the envelope and see if that thing was true. Can I actually go the distance with community, with building out these collaborative efforts? So I relaunched my podcast, How It All Works podcast, with a co-host, Taina Nixon, and she's been a phenomenal addition. Being able to work with her, vibe, bounce ideas, it's been phenomenal to be in that space. I was very intentional about that. I was also very intentional about getting into a formal coaching program, that I actually pay over $20,000 for. And every week on Tuesdays, I'm in that Zoom call. I've actually flown out to my coach's office, flown out to his city and attended a 2-day workshop at his office, did a brand shoot, all of the things, and really enjoyed that. That completely blew my mind. And I have found that the momentum I gain from being in that community space has been invaluable. I have sought out community and collaboration in video projects. So many different collaborative tools and features have come out even on YouTube recently. And I've just found that 2025 was a year where, boom, that was a thing. And I'm intending on building on that for 2026, even though that's not my word for the year. The thing that I want to share here is, the title of the video says, "Stop trying to figure it out. You're wasting money." That was my reality. My reality was I was trying to go it alone. I was trying to figure it out on my own, trying to piece all the puzzle pieces together. And I was having a measure of success, but it was at a pace that was killing me. And I want to share, this kind of a concept. There's this popular hustle culture methodology, this myth that you have to do everything yourself to be a self-made success. I don't subscribe to this concept of self-made success. I mean, if you have a family, and to be clear, everybody has. I mean, even if you don't have, children and spouse yourself, you actually have a sibling of some sort. You've got the family that you're born into, and you have the family that you chose in terms of friends, or the family that chose you in terms of your audience. But there's no self-made success. You had an environment that nurtured you into the space that you're in, and these are this whole concept of hustle culture. It's a myth. We need to just, burst that bubble, because it is not serving us well. It's not serving us well. The most successful personal brands in history didn't build in isolation. they had a war room. These are some of the things I'm coming to realize and if you've been following the podcast, the How It All Works podcast, which, one episode just dropped an hour ago, but if you've been following, we've been talking about different brands. We've been talking about all kinds of things, but this whole concept of having a war room, having a launch strategist, having a coach, having a mastermind, having a community that you can go to that is going to help you to put the things together. This is where the success really lies. Trying to navigate content strategy, business, branding alone is why most people quit after 3 months. Community, however, is the safety net that keeps you consistent. Community is the safety net that keeps you consistent. And this is the reason why, if you see the thumbnail for the live, and it'll be the same thumbnail all week, I've rolled out this new program called the A-List Digital Footprint, and it's a fun program. I'm super excited about it. But that program has been specifically designed with group in mind. Like, we've prioritized group coaching. We've prioritized the whole group concept. And this is the group that I've been able to and privileged to lead and coach for the last 90 days to take them through this program. And even them in their testimonials, they share this whole concept of, man, we didn't know that community was going to be such a force multiplier for us being successful in this program. I'm going to grab your comments in just a second. I want to share with you a bit of a call to action, something that you can tangibly take with you. I don't believe that you need more motivation. I don't believe you need more inspiration. I believe you need to take action. And the thing that's going to get you to take action is a network. A network. A system, an interconnected web of people who are going to systematically, it's not competition, but it's inspiration. You're going to look from one side to the next and recognize that because they're doing their best, I want to do my best as well. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel alone. In community, you get feedback. In community, you get support. In community, you get processes and systems that makes quitting impossible. You get testimonials. You will be challenged just by the fact of other people showing up. And so this week, I'll be going live every day to kind of talk through some of these big key points. And today, of course, we want to talk about this thing of the lone wolf fallacy and the fact that community has its benefits. Community has its benefits. And really honing in on this concept of getting into community. Now, on a link on the screen is the link to my community. I would love for you to join there. Once a month, we have a masterclass. And this coming month, our masterclass is going to be on Ecamm, YouTube success with Ecamm. We did a YouTube masterclass last month, and that is inside the community, and you have access to that. This coming Sunday, a week from today, we'll do another masterclass, but we have sessions all month long. We also have open Q&A, hot seat sessions, tech and tools sessions, what I like to call the coaching corner on Wednesdays. There's so many different pieces. Community could be the missing ingredient, right? Structured, systematic community that has feedback, that has support. That could be the missing ingredient for your success. Trying to go it alone, however, I think is going to continue to hold you back. There is a masterclass page on my website, kirkarnugent.com/masterclass, and you'll see that is there. But we are actually no longer selling tickets. You cannot access this masterclass outside of what's going on Pig Town Sports, what's going on Mini Scenes, GB, Dr. Tashi, Monty Weaver. Thank you guys so much for being with us today. You can no longer access the masterclass outside of the community. And so even if you go to this page, you will click to secure my seat, and it's going to take you directly to the page inside the community where you can actually go in and not only become a member, but also purchase access to the class. And if you decide to, jump in at the premium level, you will be able to just have all the classes. That is part of your membership. So this is what it looks like. $9 is the standard level. You'd still have to pay $47 to get into the class, but wanted to make sure that you guys are aware that this is here. And secondly, the last thing, as I mentioned, there is this whole grad A-list digital footprint graduation that is going to be happening next Tuesday, a week from this coming Tuesday. So that is January 27th, the A-list digital footprint founders graduation. This is 8 people who have kind of walked this process with me. There's so many different things that I'm excited to share about that. I want to make sure you guys are aware. Again, going live this week a couple of times just to ensure that that information is out there. But don't miss the major point, y'all. There is no merit to going it alone. Even when you're in community, you still have to do the work by yourself. You just have a sounding board. You have a built-in feedback loop. And there are insights and perspectives that you will hear and you will glean in community that you will not glean anywhere else. And I don't want you to miss that. And I would love for you to be able to join us inside the community. Okay, let's go back and make sure I don't miss any comments here. Happy Sunday to you as well, Dr. Tachi. Always good to have you with us. Tracy is kind of greeting as well. Everybody loves that. Yeah. She says every coach needs a coach. There's nothing false about this statement at all. If your coach doesn't have a coach, I say get rid of that coach. What's going on, Monty? Always good to have you as well. Happy Sunday to you. I'm trying to squeeze this live stream in the middle of a number of things that I've got going on, but I just wanted to come on live for a few minutes and talk through a couple of opportunities, of course, the graduation and the masterclass that's coming up. But particularly, I'm trying to make sure that everybody knows that one of the things that I'm trying to give you the gift of is community. And I think $9 a month is worth it. So would love for you to sign up. Dr. Tashi says, absolutely, there is no such thing as self-made anything. If you are self-made millionaire, did you pay yourself? It's not possible. Chances are you had customers or clients who helped you get there at the very least. You are absolutely correct. Could not agree with you more on that one. Tracy's doing her good thing in the chat. She's kind of being a great moderator for us. Thank you so much. This was a pop-up live, and to have moderators show up is just super dope. Super dope. What's going on? Pigtown Sports says, what's up, guys? What's up with you as well? Always good to have you. And of course, yes, if you are intent on joining the community, this is where you do it. KirkArnugent.live/school. It'll take you right in there, and we'd love to have you. We'd love to have you. Any questions before we get ready to close it out for today? Don't need these to be super long. Really just want to get in, get out. I would love to keep them under 20 minutes, closer to 15 minutes if possible. But I think the main thing, if I can go back, is just to be like, listen, the hustle culture has given us an incorrect idea of what's working. It's a myth that you have to do everything yourself to be a self-made success. And as Dr. Tashi says, I just don't even believe that self-made success exists, that it's real. And in these content streets, that's what I see a lot of people doing. I can't tell you how many times I sit across the screen from somebody in coaching, and they're just white knuckling that thing, man. They're just, they're trying to lift everything themselves. And I just a small little, encouragement to say, hey, the skill set of adding the thumbnail and doing the chapter markers is something that your nephew or your daughter could do. And that would be a skill set that you're teaching them that would be transferable for life. And you could almost see like this eureka of, oh my word, how much that would take off of my shoulders because I'm now in community. And it's not that they didn't have community. They just aren't using the community. And this is why I'm saying, this lone wolf fallacy, we've got to get rid of it. It's actually costing you more than to be in community. Like the $9 a month for what you're going to receive in community, it's a far cry. And so that's why I want to make sure that I make that available to you. Yes, the masterclass is inside the community. Yes, there's other opportunities and other things inside the community. Those are optional. But I think the main thing that I would love for you guys to experience is community. The most successful personal brands in history didn't build in isolation. They had a war room. And I just believe trying to navigate content alone is why most people quit in that 3-month time span. Community is a safety net that helps to keep you consistent. It helps to keep you consistent. Don't try and reinvent the wheel alone. In community, you get feedback, you get support systems, you get infrastructure, you get resources that makes being consistent and successful normal, and quitting something that actually becomes almost impossible. And I'm excited to be able to kind of share a little bit more on that. Tomorrow, I'm going to be coming live talking about the YouTube University trap. I'm not going to say much more than that. There's a YouTube University trap. There's a trap, and I want to help you expose it, but also avoid the trap. I don't see any questions coming through, so this is what I want to say as I get ready to land it for today. There's, even for myself, I talked about this at the beginning. In 2025, I decided that my word for the year is going to be collaboration. But even with me saying that, I did have to make an investment of both resources in terms of money and time to go and be in the spaces where community is happening. In order for the community to benefit me, I actually had to go. I had to put myself there. I had to pay. I had to show up. I had to, in some cases, like the mastermind that I'm in, I actually came up with the concept, reached out to 3 colleagues and said, I would love for us to meet regularly. And it has been like, I cannot tell you how much I have benefited from being in that space. It has been exponential in terms of all the things that we've been able to talk through and work through and discuss and spitball and brainstorm and war room. And that feedback has been invaluable. And you know what? I want to see them succeed. And I can tell that they genuinely want to see me succeed, but I would never have been there if I did not put myself in a space where I could be in community. And I'm just telling you, like, a good friend of mine told me that the word of the year, not Kirk's word of the year, but the word of the year for 2026 is coaching. Now, that's not my word of the year, but the reason why coaching is the word of the year is because this model of having this group coaching scenario, this one-to-many, once a week, where you're in a space, hearing what others are doing, hearing their wins, their fails, what they're trying, what they are learning from the failures. This is a incubator. This is a force multiplier. This is a powder keg, if you will. You can't help but be successful when you expose yourself to $1 million conversations on a regular basis. And this is what I hope that for many of us, we normalize in our rhythms and routines for 2026, is that we get into community, we get into some coaching, and we kill the game, you know what I'm saying, with the information that we are able to gather and the insight, the perspective. I mean, man, just being able to see it from so many different angles and sides, it has its benefits. Family, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much. Man, so many of you just showed up at this pop-up live stream. I hope that you'll come back tomorrow. I'm not going to keep it long, but yeah, grace and peace. I not only hope that you will show up for the graduation on the 27th, which is on the screen right now, but also hoping that you'll go ahead and get into the community, kirkharnugent.live/school, and then you'll be able to not only be part of the community and interact there and hear the insights and perspectives, but you'll also be able to go to the masterclass. Man, it's your boy Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher. I believe wholeheartedly that if you steward your story with content, all right, there's a number of things that are going to happen, but you will begin to discover purpose. You'll be able to speak the language of it. You'll be able to touch it, taste it, feel it. And you'll see that purpose confirmed by the lives that you change. And as you change lives, you will expand your reach and you'll multiply your opportunities, because this, family, is how it all works. Romans 8:28 says that we know in all things God works it all together for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purposes. Grace and peace. I'll see you in the next one. Have a phenomenal day.